welcome to Galui's Mood Food. Today we're going to be doing you how do I want to put this? This is a very easy and quick version of corned beef and cabbage. Now, I know this isn't as all folks, this isn't the traditional way because a lot of us don't have a lot of time to sit and cook a piece of beautiful brisket for 3 to 4 hours and all that. So we're going to show you a quicker and easier way to do this for the family, and it's just as delicious. It's going to be off the hook. You're going to love it. You're just not going to have to cook that brisket for 3 and 4 hours. So what I'm going to start with right now, I'm going to start out with 2 packages of chicken stock. Then I'm going to get yourself a nice big pan or bowl or pot, whatever you want to pot.
It's pot.
Oh, you got pot.
Pot would be good for you.
Pot would be good for me. I'm going to start out with 2 nice containers of chicken stock, and you may have to add some later on. Okay, there's one. That one's done. Oh, cat will get that. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'm going to get this started, and to this chicken stock, I guess it would help if I turned the heat up a bit to get that going. And to this, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of dry chicken bouillon.
Sodium free.
Sodium free, yes. Make sure, because what we're going to do is kind of salty. You don't want to add any salt to this. So we're going to put that down. Onion powder, just a couple shakes of onion powder in it, not very much. A bottle of beer. Hey, what Irish food does not have beer in it? I mean, come on, that's just the way it is. And you notice the cook didn't even get any. Anyways.
There you go, wring it dry.
Okay, I gotta get the last little couple drops out. Okay, and a little bit of pepper.
A good amount.
A few good shakes.
Yeah, we like pepper.
You like pepper. I got this about medium-high heat. I just want to get this going. Now what we have, we got a head of cabbage, about a melon size. And to even cut this shorter on the cooking time, what we did was we cut the cabbage up into pieces, and you all know how to cut the cabbage, get rid of the core, and you cut it into pieces, you know, by so big. Stick it in the freezer for about a half hour to an hour. Let it freeze, because when you bring it out, it's already going to be wilted. So that's going to save you on cooking time right there. So we got our cabbage in the freezer. I got my stock on cooking. I'm going to show you what's coming up next. You're watching Galui's Mood Food. This is a quicker way of making corned beef and cabbage. And we got our potatoes here. You're going to love this. Like I said, this is not traditional. This isn't with the brisket for 3 and 4 hour cooking a brisket. Takes too long. A lot of families don't have that much time. We don't have that much time. So this is a quicker way. It's just as delicious. And you stick around, I'm going to show you the rest of this recipe. This is off the hook. We've had it many times. Stick around, you're watching Galui's Mood Food. I'm going to get this going here. Okay, we're back. We have our stock, our bouillon, and our beer. It's come to a boil. You can see it's boiling now. We're going to add 3 cups of water. I'm going to keep that on high because we want to keep that boil going. Now we got our cabbage out of the freezer. It's been in there for about a half hour or so. You want it to get frozen because you can see it starts to get wilted. See how it goes? See how it's getting wilty? Okay. What we're going to do is, ooh, that's hot. That's hotter than a $2 pistol. I'm going to taste this here. I can get a little bit here.
Double dipping.
That's okay, I'm eating it. Stock tastes good. It's not real salty at this point, but you don't want it to be too salty because when we add the corned beef, it has a little bit of salt in it. So right now, I'm going to add our cabbage. Like I said, it's frozen. And when you put it in, it's best to put it in a plastic container in the freezer, because if for some unknown reason you open that freezer and it falls out in a glass bowl, boom! It's all going to be gone. It's going to be shattered. So we're going to get that. We're going to get that stirring in. Still got it on a high boil for now. Now, what we did was we got canned corned beef. You can get it in the grocery store where you get the like tuna or any other canned meats. It's already pre-cooked, it's already pre-done. I'm going to show you what it is. I broke it up a little bit just so you can see what it is. But what you want to do basically is open the can, put it right in. Don't break it up, don't cut it up, because as it cooks, it's going to start falling apart into pieces, and you don't want to mush. You just want some nice pieces of corned beef in there. So I'm going to bring this up to a boil. I got my corned beef ready to go in. As soon as this gets to a boil, I'm going to put my corned beef in there. I've got 6 nice sized potatoes, about medium size. I'm going to be cutting these up. We're going to be putting them in once I incorporate the corned beef and everything. I'm going to cut these up into nice chunks, not too small, not too big, just a nice size, you know. And I'm going to get these ready while this is cooking. Corned beef's ready to go in. This is corned beef and cabbage, the quickest way possible and the most delicious way possible that you can do, you know, unless you go to an Irish pub somewhere. But if you want to serve your family a nice, great helping of corned beef and cabbage, this is the best possible way you can do it. And you stick around. I gotta find a beer. I lost my beer somewhere. You know, only alcoholics lose their beer. So I'm gonna find my beer. This is cooking. I'm gonna get my potatoes ready. You stick around. You're watching Galui's Mood Food. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We've had our cabbage boiling in our stock and our beer and everything. I'd say for about 20-25 minutes. At a rapid boil. So now what we're going to do...
Leave the lid tilted?
Yeah, you leave your lid tilted because it'll boil over if you don't. We're going to add our corned beef.
Careful.
Careful. We get all that good stuff in there. Now when you get this, it's going to have a little bit of fat in it, but that's okay because you need that fat to give you some good flavor. So we got that going. We're going to let this boil for another, I'd say about 15-20 minutes on a nice rapid boil. I've already got my potatoes cut, and you want your potatoes, I cut them, you got to put them in water. Because if you don't, they're going to start turning brown. They're going to get ugly. You don't want that. But this is about the size you want your potato. You got a picture? Ain't that beautiful? That's about the size you want your potato. You don't want them too small. You don't want them too big. We got this done. If you need to add some more broth, add bouillon or add stock, add beer. Don't add any more water. And I finally found my beer, and I'm going to have a swig myself. I'm sorry, you can't make an Irish dish without beer. I'm sorry, you just can't.
Don't apologize. Go for it. Go for it.
You can't. So we're going to let this cook. We're going to bring this up to a really nice boil again.
Lid.
And we're going to put the lid on just sideways so that all the condensation gets on the top, goes right back in there. You don't, some of it's going to escape, but you don't want it to boil over. You don't want it to escape too much. I got my potatoes cooked. We're going to let this cook for a while. And like I said, we're going to let this cook for about another 15-20 minutes maybe on a nice rapid boil. And we'll be back in a couple minutes. You're watching Galui's Mood Food. This is corned beef and cabbage. A very quick. Our little one, she had to have some corned beef, and now I think she's out looking for some more. We'll be back. You're watching Galui's Mood Food. We'll be back in a little bit. Stick with us. Okay, we've been cooking this for about 20 minutes. We have added our canned corned beef. Oh, there it is. What we're going to do now, I'm going to take this lid off. Look at that. It's just cooking off. It is beautiful already. We got some nice corned beef going in there. The cabbage is getting done great. We've got our oven set for about 350. And we added a little bit of beer. Now we're going to add our potatoes. We use Yukon Gold. We leave the skin on. If you don't like the skin, that's fine. Take the skin off. We leave it on. And I'm going to take these potatoes right now. I'm going to turn this up just a hair because I want to keep it nice and hot.
Straighten those taters.
Straighten those taters. So we're going to add our potatoes now. And again, we're going to put the potatoes in here. Now, we've added beer to this. And if you're afraid of adding alcohol for your children or anything, don't be afraid of the alcohol content in this, because the cooking process cooks out all the alcohol. I'm sure you know this. We've told you many times. The cooking process takes out the alcohol. It just gives you that great beer flavor. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add these potatoes to all this. And again, get these beautiful Yukon Gold potatoes. Woo, woo, woo. And we're going to add that to it. Now we put this in a pot that you can put in the oven. Now if you don't have a pot that you can put in the oven, what you want to do is transfer this to a roasting pan or whatever you have to put in the oven. This actually can be put in the oven with the lid on it. That's what you want to do. You want something that's oven safe. We're going to put this in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour at about 350. And we're going to cook this for about 45 minutes to an hour. And this is going to be off the hook, but we'll be back. I got to get another thing here because this is too hot. We'll be back with it. If you don't, like I said, put it in a roasting pan, put it in the oven, let it cook for about 45 minutes to an hour at 350, or it depends on your oven. It really does, because everybody's oven does something different. So we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to cook this for about 45 minutes to an hour. Let them potatoes and all that beautiful corned beef and cabbage and all that flavor mingle. If after you take it, after about 45 minutes, you know, check it. Make sure your cabbage is done. Make sure your potatoes are done. If you need to add a little bit of beer or stock or chicken bouillon, that's fine. Don't add any more water. You don't want any more water in this. You just want either stock, your dry bouillon, or beer. which, look at that, I got a beer right here. So we're gonna put this on, we're gonna put this in the oven, and we're gonna be back. I'm gonna put this in the oven right now. You're watching Galui's Mood Food. This is a very easy and quick way of making corned beef and cabbage that you don't have to sit around for 3 to 4 hours cooking the brisket alone, that you don't have time to do. Most families don't have time to do this. We don't have time to do this. So we've made a version of this that is just as good and just as delicious. I'm going to put this in the oven. We're going to be back. I'm going to put this in the oven to cook, and when we're done, we're going to back show you what it comes out to be. You're watching Galui's Mood Food again.
If you haven't had too many beers, we'll be back.
Oh yeah, if you haven't had too many beers. But
they might too, so
you'll stick
it's
around.
all good.
I'm going to put this in the oven, and we're going to cook this.
There we go.
Oh yeah, this is good stuff. This is Galui's Mood Food, corned beef and cabbage. The quickest and easiest and most delicious way you can do it that you'd ever want to have. So stick around, we'll be back. I'll show you what it looks like. Take care. Hey everyone, we're back. Galui's Mood Food. This is corned beef and cabbage. This is a quick way of making it. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful right there. I'm going to get you a bowl of this. Look at this here. Oh, this is good stuff right here. I'll tell you straight out. Oh, this is good right there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful.
You've been watching another webisode of Galui's Mood Food. We made you a quick and tasteful, delicious corned beef and cabbage. When you don't have the time to get corned beef brisket and cook it for like 3-4 hours, what we made probably took us about 2 hours to make. It's just as delicious. You can see it right there. It's beautiful. It's just corned beef, cabbage, some great stock, some beer, and potatoes. And we hope you enjoy it. We hope you go to our website. It's just YouTube, Galui's Mood Food. Come on and look at all our webisodes of all the foods we try to make for you as simple and as tasteful as possible. And this is one of them. For all you Irish folks that we know and we love, you're going to love this as much as you love
Happy St. Patty's Day!
Happy St. Patty's Day ahead of time, so you can make this ahead of time. We appreciate you watching our videos. We'll see you again real soon. Corned beef and cabbage, quick way to make it, Galui's Mood Food. We'll see you again real soon. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.
Just couldn't see how much he would